Have you ever noticed how certain things affect you more than they should? A message arrives and your stomach tightens, or someone asks a simple question, so how are things? And suddenly you feel emotional. Or maybe you walk into a clinic, hear a familiar word, see a pregnancy announcement, and something inside you reacts before your mind even catches up. Maybe you've thought to yourself, why am I still reacting like this? Or I thought I was coping better. Or maybe even, what's wrong with me? And from the outside, life may look like it has moved on, time has passed, appointments happened, months have gone by. People assume you are okay. And maybe part of you thinks you should feel okay too. But sometimes the body tells a different story. And maybe together we can gently explore that today. So take a moment, grab a glass of water or warm cup of tea, and I welcome you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Hello, and a warm welcome to my podcast show, Your Fertility Counselor. I'm your host, Tanya Fessler, and together we will dive into all things fertility, offering support, expert insights, and practical evidence-based advice for anyone navigating their fertility journey. So grab a cup of tea and make yourself comfortable. Let's get started. Hello and a warm welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something that I think so many people experience, but very few people understand. What happens when your body still holds stress? Long after your mind wants to move on, perhaps already. And first, I want to say something really important. This is not about something being wrong with you. In fact, it might actually mean your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. So when we go through prolonged uncertainty, repeated disappointment, loss, fear, or emotional overwhelm, our nervous system adapts. It becomes more alert, more protective, more watchful, almost like it quietly starts scanning the world, asking, am I safe? And this is all normal. And we want to be really thankful for the part in our brain and body to do that for us because it truly keeps us safe. And if you've experienced fertility struggles or a pregnancy loss, failed treatment cycles or bad news, or simply months or years of uncertainty, that can leave a mark. Not because you're weak, but because you are human. And this is where I want to gently connect back to last week. Because halfway through the year, many of us start wondering, why am I so tired? Why am I not bouncing back? Why does this still feel heavy? And sometimes the answer is because your body has been carrying more than you realized. So today, let me offer you 3 gentle insights. Not labels or not diagnoses, just things to understand yourself a little bit more kindly. The first is this: your reactions make sense. You are not too emotional and you are not dramatic. You are responding to repeated uncertainty, repeated vulnerability, repeated hope and disappointment. And of course, your system feels tired because of this whole roller coaster, this up and down. Of course, certain moments feel really triggering. The second that comes into my mind that I want to share with you is the body remembers what the mind tries to move past. Sometimes we think, I've processed this. And mentally, maybe we have. But then suddenly, a smell or a place, a date, a question, and your body can react. Can even react to the sound of music, the sound of a voice that sounds really familiar, or to me, the smell of a favorite dish I have. It brings me right back into my childhood. So this can also trigger emotions or flashbacks with events that we had maybe in an unpleasant way, but that we can't or didn't want to remember consciously anymore. So when your body reacts, the chest is tightening, maybe there is a heavy feeling. Maybe you get emotional, you can even get some tears, or you feel restlessness in your body. For me, it's often that I feel either like something like a feast in my tummy, in my stomach, or I can feel something heavy on my chest, or I can even feel shortness around my neck. So when you close your eyes for a moment, and please do not do this if you are driving right now, but if you are in a safe space and you can allow yourself to close your eyes for a moment, and then inhale and exhale, and then just connect with the feeling in your body, with what's going on in your body actually. To really connect with that and see like, where is it sitting? How does it come through? Is it pulling you up or is it pulling you down? And that is usually a great piece of information that I would use for any decision-making process. If I'm at the cross junction and I don't know whether to go for A or B, left or right, I would close my eyes for a moment, hold on to option A first, feel it, and see where the energy is taking me. And after that, I would take a little break, some few deep breaths, and then I would go for option B, and I can feel immediately where that is going on. And that is your answer. You have that instinct and that gut feeling in you. The most trusted partner in you sits within you. That's where you can always go back with questions and where all the answers lie. So there is no judging, just simply asking yourself, what is this moment reminding my body of when you feel that reaction in your body? And something else that comes in my mind, the third one, is safety can be rebuilt slowly. Healing is rarely dramatic. It often happens quietly, in tiny little moments. Breathing more deeply, feeling safe with someone, resting, speaking kindly to yourself, learning that you don't have to stay braced all the time. So before we close today, I want you to take a moment to just take the time to do a little grounding exercise for yourself. Something incredibly simple, but very powerful. So wherever you are, just pause for a moment and gently look around the room and no rush. And then quietly notice 5 things you can see. Maybe a light, a chair, a color, a window, a plant. And now notice 4 things you can feel. Your feet touching the floor, fabric against your skin, your hands resting, the chair beneath you. And then 3 things you can hear. And as you do this, just notice something right now in this moment. You are here. And maybe for just a few seconds, safe enough. Because sometimes holding it together doesn't mean pushing through. Sometimes it means helping yourself to come back again and again with gentleness. So thank you for being here with me today. It's always an honor and a wonderful pleasure to have you here. And if this episode felt supportive, please share it with someone who may need to hear this from you, because sometimes it's the best friend, or it's sibling, it's the sister or the brother that needs to tell them. So if you can share it with someone you love, somebody you care, how wonderful is that to start your day like that? So take a gentle care of yourself, my dear friend, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now, and see you next week. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Fertility Counselor podcast. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. If you need support or have any questions, reach out to us via email at inquiries@counselingconnects.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Fertility Connects. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to learn more about us and the services we offer, head to www.fertilityconnects.com. And if you're looking for support beyond fertility, visit www.counselingconnects.com. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.